Hi guys, I'm Shazad and welcome on our YouTube channel. And today we're gonna discuss about the routes. So let's suppose you type xyz.com. So definitely index.php received the request and check the kernel settings and then send the request to the routes, and then your routes decide what to do. Either the routes run into the view or send the request to the controllers or fetch the data from elsewhere. So how exactly you can work with the routes, and how can you create your routes, how many ways to create your routes. So in this video we're gonna discuss each and everything. So for those person who just joined us on our YouTube channel, I request them please click on the subscribe button and pressing the bell icon so you never miss any update. Okay guys, so now I'm going to write the name of the app name. I'm saying Laravel series first of all, and the environment is local. So now I'm going to open the server, PHP artisan serve. I don't know why it's not working when I now it's fine. So the app name is Laravel. But now let's click on the link. So here, as you can see, this is the link and it's working fine. Now copy the link or access this one. So here, as you can see, this is the 10.13.5 version, which is the Laravel version, and I have installed 8.1.10 version. Okay guys, so now if you click on the web, as you can see, it's now loading the view. This is the same view which is available here. So this is the same view which is available here. First of all, if I comment this one and echo, so you guys can easily understand that this is the route which is working for now. Fresh. So as you can see, it's working. Now, what happens if I use the home here? And now, if you refresh, you're gonna have 404 not found, because this route is defined, but you are not accessing this one. It's working fine, and this route is not defined, so that's why it's not working. So this is the root of the function. That suppose if you copy paste and define this as the root, now it's working fine. And if I say home working, if you go to the route and find home, it's saying home working. So as many as route as you can define, first of all. So this is the get routes. If you have the post, if you define the route as a post and access the URL, since you have defined the post, so that's why it's giving the error. It's saying get method is not supported because you have used the post method. Now you are accessing the URL as a get. So that's why whenever you use the post, that means you are receiving the data by using the post. You can use the API or you can use the form whenever you can define the post. For now, it's get. It's fine. So you can also return the value. Both are the same things. So it's, as you can see, working fine. If you say it's working fine. Okay, so if you talk about the other routes, you can define the other routes by using the get, post, put, hash, delete, and option. We're gonna use for now get and post. Now, so this is the simple route. But what happens if you have a controller and you're gonna use the route as a controller? So first of all, I'm just creating the controller. If you're not familiar with the controller, don't worry about it. You know very well that we have the controller in the HTTP, and here we can keep all our controllers here. You don't need to create the manually file. I'm using PHP artisan make controller, and here you can write the controller name. So let's suppose I'm using the home controller. H is capital because we're going to create the class. So just click on the link. As you can see, you have successfully created the home controller. So this is the controller. If you say that return and you say that home is working, but make sure you have to create the public function and index method, because we always define our methods, and then here this one. So this, and this is the index method. Now how can you define the controller here? I'm saying route controller. So as you can see, my editor is giving me the hinting controller, route controller. As you can see, it's creating out of the box. But for now, I'm saying I have the route, I have a get. Now you can define the controller here, like I'm saying home controller. And now you have to define the class here and then the method. I'm saying home. As you can see, it's giving me the home controller. If you go to the top, as you can see, nothing is here. But if you just write the home, click on this one, as you can see, the system automatically used the use controller home. And now you can use the class and comma and use the index method. That means you are saying that we are going to use the controller and this is the index method. So this one. So now if you go to the home controller or the routes, as you can see, home is working. Since you used this, home is working. So as you can see, home is working. Or you can define home controller is working. Fine. So the home controller is working. So now if you go to the routes and remove this one, you will have the error, because whenever you access the controller, you have to define the controller or add the controller by using the use app, and you always keep your controller here. So that's why I'm saying go to the app, http controller and home. Fine. So that's why I have already the extensions, which is the PHP. I'm just going to show you the extensions. So this is the extensions I'm using, and all the other work like adding the controllers, models. So this extensions is very helpful for us if you are using. Otherwise, you have to use them manually, or you have to add the controller, you have to add the model manually in every file. Okay, so you can use the controller like this. So let's suppose if you have another method, copy, paste. I'm saying second, and now I'm saying home controller second is working. Now, if you define or use second method, just define the second here. And now I'm saying second. So access this one, home controller second is working. So in this way, you can use the controller or route controller. Sometimes you need the get and post both. Then how can you define? You can define the route and now match, and you have to define in the array. So let's suppose I'm saying get and post. That means we are saying whenever we have the get, you can consider this URL, or you can consider some other URL, like I'm saying function. Fine. I'm saying return get post. Now I'm saying get post. So whenever someone access this one, So get post. If I say, if I open this one, so since we have defined this routes here, I'm going to comment this one. So refresh, get post. If I uncomment this one, as you can see, it's also working. Fine. Okay, so you also have another way. I'm saying route. If I say match, so this is a match. If I say route, if I say any, so this is the any, and now I'm saying function and define like this. Now I'm saying return any here. So I'm saying this one, as you can see. So let's suppose if you want to redirect, then you can use the routes and also the redirect from URL to URL. So let's suppose from home to about us, about us. You can also pass the third parameter. So I'm in 301 redirection. So in this way, you can use the routes. And now, how can you receive the how can you pass the parameter and how can you receive the arguments? Now here, if I say route, and now if I say get, so this is the get. Since this is the get, and now I'm saying function, and here I'm saying para whenever someone access the user, and I'm saying this is the ID. And now if I say return, now this is the ID. So access the user, pass ID, it's saying 1. If I say user, user, and now if I say 1, if you pass the second, user second, so this is the parameters. So let's suppose if this is the optional parameters, you can use the question sign and set this null. So now refresh. If you are not passing the argument, as you can see, it's saying it's still working. But if you are not using this one, then definitely you will have the error. So it's saying few arguments. And now if you are saying this one, you definitely have the error. So that's why we are using this settings if the parameter is optional. You can also give the name of your route. So let's suppose name and give your route's name. So let's suppose I'm saying user with ID. So whenever you call this route, just give the name. We're gonna discuss about this one, but for now you can give the routes to a particular name. Okay, so let's suppose if you want to show the routes, or if you want to know how many routes described in the web, then you can use PHP artisan routes list, route list. So now as you can see, the system giving you the list of the routes. As you can see, we have defined these routes. So these are the routes, and these are the routes system already giving us. So showing 10 routes. Okay, so let's suppose if you have multiple methods and you want to grouping the methods, by using the routes. So I'm saying route controller. Here you have to define the home controller and the class, and now you can define the group. And here I'm saying this is the function, this one. Now I'm saying route get, and this is the index method, and now this is the second method. You can define the links like this. I'm saying whenever someone accesses the index, whenever someone accesses the second. So you don't need to write the controller again and again like you are doing this. So you are defining the routes, you are defining the class like this. So I'm going to comment this one, and now if you access this one, as you can see, this is the index, home controller is working. If you access the second, so this is second is working. So this is the grouping. We also have a route model binding. We're going to discuss about the route model binding in our later lectures. So this is the overview of the routes. Okay guys, so in this way you can create the routes, you can manage your routes by using the web.php file. So I hope guys you are enjoying our videos. If you think we are doing good, thumbs up, support us and our channel by clicking the subscribe button and pressing the bell icon so you never miss any update. So thank you for watching.